Okay, well, people I think will continue to join perhaps, but I think most people are here now. So I will start, first of all, by saying welcome to this network, full network meeting of the TAPAS project, Tackling Air Pollution at School. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Paul Linden. I'm the principal investigator on this project. And we have a full and interesting day ahead of us. And so I'm going to share my screen. I hope. So as I said, I hope you can see my screen. This is our network meeting of the TAPAS project. Just the usual housekeeping comments that please keep yourself on mute when you are not speaking. And if you wish to make a comment, please raise your hand using the raise your hand facility. Also, we're recording this meeting today, so just please bear that in mind. If you don't want to be recorded, please keep your camera off and stay on mute. So I'm going to try and advance my slides. Why can't I do that here? Oops, too many. Okay, so we have a very full agenda today. I'm going to make a few introductory remarks at the beginning, and then we're going to have some updates from the people on the project. And then we have a number of interesting speakers throughout the morning. After and for the first part of after lunch. After that, we're having a discussion about how we'll run one aspect of the project about our small research grants. And we'll have some breakout discussion before we wrap up with a policy presentation by Barry Gardner, a Member of Parliament. So I hope you'll agree that looks like an interesting program. And without further ado, I'm just going to continue to say a little bit introduction. By way of introduction, so TAPAS is a very multidisciplinary and multi-institution project. I've listed here the organizations and the names of the investigators involved, and I'm sure you'll agree that it's, as I said, very multidisciplinary and multi-institution. And we're very pleased to have such wide participation in this network. TAPAS is one of 6 networks funded by the Natural Environment Research Council under their Clean Air program, which is part of their Strategic Priorities Fund. And the goal of TAPAS is to generate this network and have conversations about air pollution in the interface between indoors and outdoors. And in addition to our academic participants, we have a number of partners, some from industry, a number from government, and from other organizations. So it's a big network, and we're very keen to recruit more people, and we hope that talks like today will encourage others to join us as we go forward. So the goals of the TAPAS network are to understand the school estate in the terms of, if we are to understand air pollution, the context between indoor air quality and outdoor air quality, what sort of buildings are in use, and how do the pupils feel about being in those buildings and how they understand ventilation. We aim to identify gaps in knowledge and provide scientific evidence to support outreach. And we obviously want to build on existing tools. For example, the Global Action Plan have a Clean Air for Schools network, which we are very keen to work hand in hand with. And I think one of the things that has changed in the sort of building ventilation area is that up until fairly recently, much of the emphasis has been on building energy efficiency, using less energy to keep warm, using less energy to keep cool, reducing the built environment's impact on climate change through reducing emissions of greenhouse gases, for example. And there's been a shift, I think, now with a increasing awareness of air pollution and the impacts on performance, and particularly on children, who are obviously a very vulnerable part of our society. And they're the people of the future who will be exposed to air pollution longer than the rest of us on average. And so it's very important that that this shift takes place. And I think the other interesting feature that has obviously happened as a result of the last year is that that there's, of course, increasing interest in the understanding of airborne diseases, and that's really the focus of the talks today. So we in addition to being concerned with air pollution, we are very increasingly concerned about how airborne diseases spread, and how much they act like airborne pollutants and how they behave in different ways. And so that's the main focus of the discussion today. As I said earlier, we're very interested in interdisciplinary activity. We want to bring together people from different fields and to build the community amongst us. Try to change my slide again. So the way we've done this is to produce 4 focus areas. One focused around understanding the problem, one about the potential solutions, one prioritizing those solutions, and then, of course, very importantly, we want to interact with the teaching profession and schools and parents, and disseminate information and get them involved in the whole of this discussion. And so we're going to move on now to the second item of the program, which is to discuss these focus areas, and the leads for these 4 focus areas will now give a brief update on what we've been doing since we began at the beginning of September last year. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and pass over to Megan, Davis-Wykes, who's going to how do I do that? Yep. Who's going to take over and talk about focus area 1. So Megan, it's over to you.